Hello everyone and welcome to Spanish from Scratch. I'm Eduardo and in this lesson we will be continuing studying the simple present in Spanish. This video is the third part of the simple present Spanish series. So in today's class guys we are going to be studying the second case of irregular verbs in Spanish. So let's get into it. We're gonna learn to say phrases like yo puedo hablar español muy bien. One more time. Yo puedo hablar español muy bien. So, I can speak Spanish very well. Say, yo puedo. I can. Example number 2. Mi hermano duerme mucho. One more time. Mi hermano duerme mucho. So, my brother sleeps a lot. Example number 3. ¿Puedes tocar la guitarra? One more time. ¿Puedes tocar la guitarra? So it's, can you play the guitar? Now, let's take a look at these verbs, guys. We have puedo and duerme. So what do they have in common? Some verbs in Spanish, when we conjugate them in present, will have this declination from o, the sound o, to the sound ue. For example, poder, puedo, dormir, duermo. We're going to be looking at some examples and some common verbs that use this declination in Spanish, okay? So let's take a look at the conjugation. So we are going to have these three verbs. Poder, which is to be able to be capable of, or simply can. Dormir, which is to sleep. And soler. Soler means to usually do something, to have the tendency of doing something. And these three verbs will behave the same when we conjugate them in present. So we can see that these verbs have an O, right? Poder, dormir, soler. Not all the verbs that have this O change when they are conjugated, but some of them do. And the exchange will be very simple. So let's change that O into an UE. For example, yo puedo. Let's repeat. Yo puedo. I can. Yo duermo. Yo duermo. I sleep. Yo suelo. Yo suelo. I usually do. So we can see in the three verbs, we do the little declination. Puedo, duermo, suelo. And we finish the verbs in O because we are talking about ourselves. Let's go with tú. We say, tú puedes, tú duermes, tú sueles. So, you can, puedes, you sleep, duermes, you usually do, tú sueles. For the subjects él, ella, and usted, we will just drop the S. So we say, él puede, ella duerme, or él suele. So he can, él puede, she sleeps, ella duerme, he usually do, él suele. Now let's go to the plural ones, ellos with they. And let's say, ellos pueden. One more time, guys. Ellos pueden. They can. Ellos duermen. Ellos duermen. They sleep. Y ellos suelen. One more time. Ellos suelen. So they usually do. Remember that in plural, we just add the N to the conjugation to make it sound plural. Pueden, duermen, suelen. And ustedes will be the same conjugation. So let's repeat. Ustedes pueden, ustedes duermen, y ustedes suelen. Now, saying as in the previous video, guys, when the subject is nosotros, we won't be doing this declination, but the sound of the verb will remain the same as in the original form. So we say, nosotros podemos. One more time. Nosotros podemos. nosotros dormimos. Careful, it's an IR ending verb, so we say nosotros dormimos and nosotros solemos. So we have we can, podemos, we sleep, dormimos, we usually do, solemos. Now, let's see something. In the verbs poder, to can, and soler, to usually do, we normally use verbs after these ones. For example, when we say I can eat, we say yo puedo, and then we say the verb eat in the normal form. Yo puedo comer, I can eat. Or I can drink, yo puedo beber. Or I can go, yo puedo ir. The same happens with the verb soler. When we say I usually eat, yo suelo comer. I usually drink, yo suelo beber. Or I usually go, yo suelo ir. But let's practice those conjugations with phrases. Now, in this poster, we will have 4 verbs, okay, to practice this declination. Poder, to be able to. Soler, to usually do. Volver, to return or to go back. And dormir, to sleep. And we will be practicing with the subjects yo, tú, and ella. For example, let's say, in this case, yo, and let's say this one, bailar salsa, to dance salsa. And let's say, I can dance salsa. Digo, yo puedo bailar salsa. One more time, yo puedo bailar salsa. Now, let's do one more. Now we have the subject you and comer pizza, eat pizza. And let's say, you usually eat pizza. Let's say, tú sueles comer pizza. One more time, tú sueles comer pizza. Now, let's do one with the subject ella. And let's say, she returns to the office at 4 in the afternoon. I say, ella vuelve a la oficina a las 4 de la tarde. One more time. Ella vuelve a la oficina a las 4 de la tarde. Now, let's go with yo again. And I say, I sleep a lot. So let's say, yo duermo mucho. One more time. Yo duermo mucho. There it is. Now let's practice in plural. Now, let's remember that when it's nosotros, we won't make the declination. And when it's ellos, we need to put the N at the end. Okay? So let's say, we play soccer, or we can play soccer. Y decimos, nosotros podemos jugar fútbol. One more time. Nosotros podemos jugar fútbol. Now they say, they usually watch TV. Ellos suelen ver televisión. One more time. Ellos suelen ver televisión. And let's say, ellos and dormir abrazados, like they sleep hugged together. Ellos duermen abrazados. Let's repeat one more time. Ellos duermen abrazados. Now, abrazados means to be like hugged with someone, like this, like when people lay in bed, like hugged, etc. Now, let's remember, guys, that in Spanish, doing the negative sentence is just as easy as putting a no before the verb or putting a no at the back of the sentence. So, for example, if I say, I don't usually eat pizza, we say, yo no suelo comer pizza. One more time. Yo no suelo comer pizza. If we say, you you can dance salsa. We say, tú no puedes bailar salsa. One more time. Tú no puedes bailar salsa. Let's go with her. And I say, she doesn't sleep much. We say, ella no duerme mucho. One more time. Ella no duerme mucho. Now, let's see if you can do it. I'm going to give you one cue and you give me a phrasing negative. I'll give you 5 seconds to give me the sentence, okay? So let's say, she doesn't usually drink coffee. Eso. We say, ella no suele tomar café. Let's do another one. And let's say, I can speak English. Ready? So we say, yo no puedo hablar inglés. Let's go with the next one. Let's say, you don't sleep in the afternoon. Go. So we say, tú no duermes en la tarde. One more time. Tú no duermes en la tarde. What about these ones in plural? Now let's say, we cannot speak Portuguese. So we say, nosotros no podemos hablar portugués. Okay, let's do one last. And let's say, they don't usually do parties or throw parties. Okay, and we say, ellos no suelen hacer fiestas. So one more time. Ellos no suelen hacer fiestas. And there you go. That will be the second case of irregularity. Now, to check if you understood the class, let's do the activation activity. And we'll have these 5 sentences. Well, 4 sentences. And let's say, Ángel, bla, 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 poder jugar fútbol muy bien. So, Ángel, the verb is can, and play football very well. Mi hermano y yo poder montar bicicleta. So my brother and I, blank space, can and drive a bike. Los perezosos, dormir todo el día. So sloths, to sleep all day. And qué soler hacer los lunes. What, blank space, usually do on Mondays. So please answer these sentences in the comments down below to see if you get it correctly and if you understood the class. Now guys, remember that if you like the video and you find it useful, you can always support me by subscribing to the channel and giving me likes or comments down below, okay? Also, if you're interested in taking private lessons with me, I will link down my teacher's profile in the description of this video, so you can find me and you can see if you want to take my lessons, okay? Well, that'll be it for today. So thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.